Morning class. This is your eighth lecture on the topic Rights in the Indian Constitution. Our next right is right to constitutional remedies. Now, let me give you one situation to understand this right. That in a society you have all the rights, all the privileges, all the facilities. But if some other person or if somebody else is trying to violate your right, not giving you a chance to let you enjoy your right or to perform your duties and responsibilities or to enjoy your fundamental rights given by the constitution, then what will you do? Where you will go to ask for help? And this is what is all about right to constitutional remedies. Let us see in detail. Right is meaningless if it is without remedy for its enforcement. Similarly, fundamental rights also provided with its remedy for enforcement. In case of violation of any fundamental right, one can move to Supreme Court under Article 32, which is also a fundamental right. This right is also available under Article 226, that one can move to Supreme Court in case of violation of fundamental rights. One would agree that our constitution contains a very impressive list of fundamental rights, but merely writing down a list of rights is not enough. There has to be a way through which they could be realized in practice and defended against any attack on these rights. Right to constitutional remedies is the means through which this to be achieved. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar considered the right to constitutional remedies as the heart and soul of the Constitution. It is so because this right gives a citizen the right to approach a court, that is Supreme Court or High Court, to get any of the fundamental rights restored in case of their violation. So Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar called right to constitutional remedies as the soul and heart of the Indian Constitution. So true, because only writing or listing down the fundamental rights is not enough. There should be a way we can approach if these rights are violated, if these rights are not enforced. So that is a way listed under the right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies empowers the citizen to move a court of law in case of any denial of the fundamental rights. This procedure of asking the courts to preserve or safeguard the citizen's fundamental right can be done in various ways. The Supreme Court and the High Courts can also issue orders and give directives to the government for the enforcement of rights. The court can issue various special orders known as writs. These writs are habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari. Let us see what is the meaning of writ. Writ, a formal order in writing issued under seal in the name of a sovereign government, court, or other authority, commanding an officer or other person to whom it is issued to do or refrain from some act or refrain from doing some act specified therein. So it is a general order or it is a formal order in writing that some person or refraining some person to do certain act. corpus means that you have the body. A person, when arrested, can move the court for the issue of habeas corpus. It is an order by a court to the detaining authority to produce the arrested person before it so that it may examine whether the person has been detained lawfully or otherwise. If the court is convinced that the person is illegally detained, it can issue orders for his relief. Or you can say that a writ of habeas corpus means that court orders that the arrested person should be presented before it, and it can also order to set free an arrested person if the manner or the grounds of arrest are not lawful or satisfactory. Of mandamus. Mandamus is a Latin word which means we command. Mandamus is an order from a superior court to a lower court or tribunal or public authority to perform an act which falls within its duty. Simply, it is a writ issued to a public official to do a thing which is a part of his official duty, but which he has failed to do so. This writ cannot be claimed as a matter of right. It is the discretionary power of a court to issue such writs. Or you can say that this writ is issued when the court finds that a particular office holder is not doing legal duty and thereby is infringing on the right of an individual. Writ of prohibition means to forbid or to stop, and it is popularly known as stay order. This writ is issued when a lower court or a body tries to transgress the limits or powers vested in it. It is a writ issued by a superior court to lower court or a tribunal forbidding it to perform an act outside its jurisdiction. After the issue of this writ, proceedings in the lower court etc. come to a stop. Or you can say that this writ is issued by a high court or supreme court when a lower court has considered a case going beyond its jurisdiction. So each court has its own jurisdiction, the limit or the area under which they can perform. And if, for example, the issuing of writs is under high court or supreme court, and if the case is going or dealt by some lower court, the high court and supreme court can issue a writ of prohibition to stop the proceedings. Of certiorari. Literally, certiorari means to be certified. The writ of certiorari is issued by Supreme Court to some inferior court or tribunal to transfer the matter to it or to some other superior authority for proper consideration. Under this writ, the court orders a lower court or another authority to transfer a matter pending before it to the higher authority or court. The word quo warranto literally means on what authority one is holding the public office. It is a writ issued with a view to restraining a person from acting in a public office to which he is not entitled. For example, a person of 62 years has been appointed to fill a public office, whereas the retirement is 60 years. Now, the appropriate High Court has the right to issue a writ of quo warranto against a person and declare the office vacant. Or you can say that if the court finds that a person is holding office but is not entitled to hold that office, it issues the writs of quo warranto and restricts that person from acting as an office holder. So these all are the writs under the right to constitutional remedies which we can or which court can issue if is there any case of violation. So what we can say that if rights are like guarantees, they are of no use if there is no one to honor them. The fundamental rights in the Constitution are important because they are enforceable. We have the right to seek the enforcement of the fundamental rights. It is possible that sometimes our rights may be violated by fellow citizens, private bodies, or by the government. When any of our rights are violated, we can seek a remedy through courts, and court can issue various writs regarding the situation. So we can say that judiciary in our country is independent of the government and parliament. We also noted that our judiciary is very powerful and can do whatever is needed to protect the rights of the citizen. In case of any violation of a fundamental right, the aggrieved person can go to court for remedy. So based on today's class, there are certain assignment questions for you all. First, mention the various writs and define them. Why Dr. B.R. Ambedkar called this very article as the heart and soul of the Constitution. Define writ. What is the difference between writ of certiorari and prohibition? Thank you class, and have a nice day ahead.